So you say police brutality is the biggest problem we have in our neighborhood?
One of them.
I'm gonna ask everybody a question, and I need everybody to answer the question direct. Wait, I just need everybody to answer the question direct. How many people you know personally that got killed by cops? Personally, not on the news. Personally.
I know about 4 or 5.
Okay, that's cool. How many people you know? Okay, how many people you know? 2? How many people you know? How many people you know? How many people you know? None? How many people you know?
One close friend.
1, how many people you know? And I'm gonna ask you another question. How many people you know got killed by another black man in your neighborhood?
About 7.
Only 7? Stop it. Stop it. You from the Bronx. Cut it out. Stop it, my nigga. Cut it. You from the Bronx, bro. Stop it. You're lying. Tell me. You're lying, bro. Tell me how many. There you go. How many? How many?
Everybody can say
How many?
Right,
So you trying to tell me a leaky faucet is more important than a fire in your kitchen?
Okay, so let me tell you.
Stop it.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is not a funny TikTok. This is some serious shit. So listen up, okay? So any of you that don't know, the Walmart on 83rd and Stewart in Chicago is officially closing as of May 15th. That's only like 2.5 weeks away. Okay? That's only 2.5 weeks away. So what really saddens me about this is that this Walmart was built in a predominantly black neighborhood. This is probably about the only major resources as far as like shopping and access to groceries and access to pharmacy within a 10 block, maybe even a 10-mile radius. And what's really sad to me is how us black folks, we done stole and robbed ourselves out of a fucking resource that even the elderly people of this community would not even be able to have access to. I'm ashamed and I'm saddened because black folks, we are so quick to always say, well, this person is not doing this and the white man this and the white man that. We blame everybody else for our shit. But then when we are tapped out of resources in our own community, we don't ever want to look at ourselves and point the finger back at ourselves and say, okay, I think maybe we fucked up. Maybe we shouldn't have been going in there stealing TVs and going in there stealing electronics and all this other shit. Because one thing about these white folks and these major corporations, they're all about money. So they don't care nothing about making sure we have resources in our neighborhoods. And this is how they gentrify our neighborhoods. Because when you're taking and you're stealing and you're burning down and destructing your own community, this gives them the opportunity to come into our communities and take the shit and build what they want. So because this Walmart is going to be an empty building, don't be surprised when they throw a Whole Foods over here, and then next thing you know, all of these apartments and all of these housings, I guess, for people that need to be able to afford housing, all this shit is going to start dissipating. We need to do better. I could just imagine all the elderly people that had to get their medicine and medication from the pharmacy department here can no longer have access to that after May 15th. And what's even more sad, all the Walmart workers here, honest black folk that got up every day to come here and make an earnest living, after like mid-August, Walmart is going to cut them off their fucking payroll and they will no longer have a job. They got to find a Walmart to rehouse themselves because corporate is not going to fucking do it. So you took jobs out of the black community and you took resources from everybody here that really needed it. What the fuck, Chicago?
Please watch her full clip. She made an amazing point. And that's the problem, right? We see this whole movement, the Black Lives Matter thing. But does it really? Because when your own people could don't give a shit about their community, how does it matter? How do those lives matter? When you need representation in a movie, it matters. When you need a cop to not kill a black person, it matters. Yet, it's fine if a black person kills another black person. No one in the black community is up in arms, protesting, screaming out into the streets about it. When you destroy what she said, right? A Walmart, stealing from a Walmart, stealing from a Target, stealing from anywhere within your community, destroying a place where, one, your fellow brothers and sisters are working at. Two, your fellow brothers and sisters, your elderlies are shopping at, buying things for you to live, medicine, food, clothes, all that stuff. A place where they can buy things for themselves and their family. You're destroying it. And you think that that is a good thing for your community? This is why I seen it in my community too, where predominantly black neighborhoods are being bought by corporations, by colleges, by just white people, right? Or just the rich people buying it out and pretty much moving, taking up new spaces and moving minorities out of it and then beautifying it. So it's just ridiculous when every time minorities move to a place, they think that let's do something different. Let's be something different and improve it, or don't destroy it. That's the problem where we're so selfish. We're so individualistic. We don't have any sense of community anymore. And I've in a predominantly black neighborhood. I've dated I've dated black women. I have predominantly black friends, and it hurts me to see this. Where why do black people do this to themselves? Why do we have to destroy the communities we live in? Why do we trash it, kill other our brothers and sisters, our fellow black people? Why do we do that? And it sickens me, because what does that do? We're just destroying ourselves. And it's sad. It's sad to see, hear. It's tiring, I don't know.
Some breaking news off the top. Hundreds of teens flooding into downtown Chicago tonight, smashing car windows, trying to get into Millennium Park, prompting a major police response. Within the past few minutes, shots were fired near the corner of Madison and Michigan. Now, we had a news crew on the scene, but they had to move because of safety concerns. I was there a little bit earlier, about an hour and a half ago, and saw police escorting tourists and visitors to their cars in the Millennium Park parking garage. The crowd was trying to get into Millennium Park, but there are checkpoints that are not allowing anyone under the age of 21 who's not with an adult to get in. So they're massing across the street on the other side of Michigan Avenue. I spoke to a woman whose car was smashed by people jumping on the windshield. She says the crowd began beating her husband as he sat in the driver's seat. He's now been sent to Northwestern Memorial Hospital. I also talked to a woman, a Chicago native, who was appalled by what she saw.
What I see out here is completely ludicrous, to be honest with you. I'm appalled at what I see. I'm from Chicago, and I understand kids having a good time, but it's simply bad parenting. We have to do better as parents. Our kids should not be out here. Where are their parents at? That's my question.
The situation continues to develop at this hour. As we mentioned, we have a reporter on the scene, but there are some security concerns. Fox 32's Nate Rogers is on Michigan Avenue in a protective position. Nate, can you tell us what you see right now?
Yeah, that's right, Dane. As you just mentioned, we're downtown on Michigan and Randolph. I'm actually probably a block away from a lot of where the chaos has originated. Right now, Chicago police are trying to clear Michigan Avenue, at least from Randolph until maybe 3 or 4 blocks south on Michigan. Very active scene indeed. Hundreds of officers working this investigation. There are reports, unconfirmed by Chicago police, of multiple people shot at Michigan and Washington, also Michigan and Wabash. The Chicago Fire Department, we're told, is here along with paramedics and Chicago SWAT teams, all assisting in this investigation. Now, the chaos here downtown began or erupted just before 8 p.m. Several hundred young people traveling in groups, kids seen jumping barricades into Millennium Park, also jumping on top of cars. Other reports indicated large groups trying to force their way into the Art Institute. This appears to be one of those teen takeovers that we saw last year, publicized widely on social media, attracting thousands into the downtown area as well as to Chicago area beaches. The teens are seen with their cell phones out, Bluetooth music speakers blasting, dancing while recording videos, hoping that they'll go viral. Now, I'm back out here live really just within the last 10 minutes or so ago. My photographer and I, Raphael, we heard at least 4 gunshots while we were standing at Michigan and Washington. We ran along with another TV news crew just to get to safety. Maybe 5 minutes after that, we heard even more gunshots. And so right now, Chicago police are trying to clear this area. If you can see from where I'm standing right now, gridlock traffic indeed. I mean, Chicago police here in great numbers, along with the Chicago Fire Department, paramedics. We understand that SWAT teams are here as well. A lot of folks are being rerouted to nearby public transportation just so they can get home. We also have seen police trying to escort tourists back into their hotels. Chicago police working right now to get a handle on all of this. We haven't received any updated information on if there have been any victims associated with any of this. That is the latest here in downtown Chicago. Nate Rogers, Fox 32, Chicago.
Nate, just to clarify, I want to ask you quickly, you're standing at the corner of Michigan and Randolph. Is Michigan Avenue shut down right now?
Yes, sir, at least from our vantage point, Dane. But keep in mind, Michigan and Randolph is probably 500 feet from where I am. I'm a little bit further into, closer back towards the lake, if you will. We really just had to get out of the way because the teens were running, officers were running. From our vantage point, you can't even, I don't even think there's traffic flowing along Michigan Avenue because the cars are stopped right now.
Yeah, it looks from that shot as though at least Michigan Avenue has been shut down. Nate, stay safe. Thank you very much for that report.
Chicago's a shit show, but it's just a bigger issue. It's just funny that when it's a white person or white people doing something or having some kind of problem with black minorities, that's when Black Lives Matter. Yet within the community, do you even care for your fellow black people? Do you even care for your community? One thing's like there are big corporations leaving Chicago. So now what will the people do? Where will they work? Where will they make money? Where will they shop for necessities? Anything, the clothes, or even let's say the medicines, all that stuff. Because if you can destroy things that help your community, like any kind of the Walmarts, Targets, things like that, how does that help your community when there's your fellow people are working there and trying to live, the pharmacies there, the medicine, they're getting their medicine, they're getting their food, they're getting their clothes there. How is that helping your community? How is that caring for Black lives? And in this, you're destroying properties, right? Destroying cars. I believe they were breaking into stores. Even mom and pop stores wouldn't be safe. So how are you really caring about your community? And Chicago is like gunfire central. They're constantly shooting at each other. This is just a sad representation of the destruction we're doing to ourselves. We are destroying our communities instead of building strong, successful communities. We're not. And it's disappointing and sad if it's because of white people, that's when you protest and you cheer to like your lungs are on fire about Black Lives Matter. The importance of diversity, because you need a black character in a movie because there's not enough diversity. Where's the Black Lives Matter stuff, right? Those are important. But when your community's on fire, your community's being destroyed, I hear no protests. I hear no fight backs. I don't hear people jumping into those communities and trying to correct things. It's just sad. It's just really sad.